Hi. So let's talk of one more segment of the manufacturing industry, which is part of the automotive supply chain, right? So in automotive supply chain, I mean, you are a part of a bigger supply chain which is tiered. There's an OEM and there are multiple tiers under it, and you could fall anywhere in this one of those tiers. But some of the challenges remain the same across the tier, right? So the dynamics of this market is such that the OEM dictates the terms. The OEM tells, I need this item, this piece, or this subassembly of this much quantity on this date on my production line, right? That's how the OEM dictates, and the tier one company tries to manage that, and you as a part of the supply chain has to respond to the tier one's dictates to you, and so on and so forth. That's how the automotive industry works. It's fast, it's very dynamic. Demand keeps changing. It can increase suddenly a day, it can reduce the next day, and so on and so forth. So if we were to look at some of the key challenges in an automotive industry, right? uh, your ability to deliver the quantity of the right quality and at the speed at which your customer is demanding depends on the well-being of your equipments, machines, right? Because these are all fast moving items. There are big quantities being manufactured every day, every shift. So it's very important that your machine is well maintained and it does not break down unexpectedly during the shift. So the overall equipment efficiency, OEE, tracking and ensuring that you got good OEE is a very important KPI for a company which is under the automotive supply chain. That's one. Second, there are different tools and dies which are used to manufacture the components. This is high volume manufacturing of the same design, so there are a lot of automation brought in, there are a lot of tools and dies, but every tool or every die has got a certain life. So as a supplier you need to ensure that you have the tracking of the life or utilization of the tools and dies. So you need to be able to do that so that you can proactively take a shutdown and maybe change the tool or a die so that the product quality does not suffer. Three, there is a lot of subcontracting which happens in this business. That is, you get the material, you want to do 10 processes on it, maybe four you do it in your company, then you send it out, get two processes done on it, and again the remaining processes are done in your company. This is called typical subcontracting activity. So to keep a track of the material flow between your company and your subcontractor is usually a difficult task. So you need to have a good solution, a way to manage all this quickly. And the last item, if I were to talk about, was managing scrap, the scrap that gets generated, right? So if you are a press parts manufacturing company, uh, blanks are generated and there are a lot of waste pieces, end pieces. You need to be able to keep a track of how much scrap is expected to be generated so that you can tally it at the end of the month and dispose of it and so on and so forth. So if these are the four challenges, how does a company like yourself address it? So again, SAP Business One, and a combination of B1 and Praxis's experience in this industry can probably help you. We have developed solutions where the OEE as a report or OEE as a number is available to you at any point in time. We have made those small customizations in the system. We have developed some big add-on solutions which are very, very important for your business and which will help you keep track of OEE, right? So there's a plant maintenance activity, it's a big activity for you, and it's a key input or a key action that you need to take to ensure you have a good OE. So we've got a plant maintenance module where every equipment of yours is tracked, what maintenance activities are supposed to be done on it. As proactive maintenance, they can be planned. Uh, if there is an ad hoc failure, then what was the reason of that failure, what was the uh, cause, that is tracked. And there's a complete history of the uptime of that particular machine. So you can make good decisions based on this information, how to use that machine most appropriately. So this addresses the concern of ensuring that you have your equipment up and ready for any changes that come from the market. That's one. uh, about developing new tools and dies, right? We talked of tracking the, how do you track the usage or life. So we have enabled uh, you know tracking of utilization of dies or tools, especially if they're, if in a press part, if you're using presses, then how many punches the press made in a day or in a shift, all of that can be tracked. And it system will give you alerts saying that the life of this particular tool has reached, let's say, 75% of its planned utilization. So this information is so absolutely critical. You can take decisions on time and prevent an ad hoc failure, because an ad hoc failure means you lose production of whatever time you spend getting the machine up and ready. It could be hours, and one shift gone on one machine can have a severe impact on your capability to deliver what your customer is asking. And if such instances happen repeatedly, you can be very sure that your customer has started to look for another supplier. So it's very important that you take care of this. The subcontracting part, right? So the documentation required as per GST compliance, that can take time, or keeping track of how much quantity I sent to whom, whether that supplier has sent that to me back or not. All of this has been automated using a subcontracting add-on solution in SAP Business One developed by Praxis. So it will make life easy for you there. And when it comes to scrap generation, we have enabled a mechanism by which you can actually uh, predict to a good accuracy as to what is the quantum of scrap you should expect by the end of this month, based on different manufacturing activities that you undertake in those several shifts across different machines. And this is going to help you. Why? Because at the end of the month, if I don't have a base data, I just have to go by whatever scrap is collected, and someone tells you, okay, this is like 1 ton. But whether 1 ton was expected, or I should have got 2 tons of scrap, is there a pilferage? Is something going wrong somewhere? So you can ask the right questions if you have a base data with you, right? So this is how, based on our experience so far with several automotive components or assembly, sub-assembly manufacturing companies, the challenges that we talked about, and this is how we have come out with the solutions. And it can certainly make your company more dynamic, and be able to cater to more and more business, maybe expand, have new plants, and have a fast, profitable growth. Thank you.